Think of the person who had everything lined up: the interview they prepared for months, the relationship that was finally going well, the project that was almost finished, and then, right before the finish line, something went wrong. Not bad luck, not someone else, them. Maybe you know someone like this. Maybe, if you are honest with yourself, you recognize some of it in your own life, a pattern you have never quite been able to name, something that keeps pulling you back just as you are about to move forward. Self sabotage is behavior that interferes with long term goals. But what matters most is this: it usually happens unconsciously. People rarely know they are doing it. They have explanations. It was the wrong time. The situation changed. They were not ready. The reasons sound reasonable, and they are almost never the real reason. At the heart of self sabotage is often one belief formed long before adulthood: success is dangerous. Not consciously, but somewhere in the brain, an equation gets written: success equals risk, and risk equals pain. So when success gets close, the brain reacts like it is facing a threat. It avoids, it undermines, it creates escape. And here is the cruel logic that makes self sabotage so hard to break: if I never fully succeed, I never have to face losing what I built. To understand where this comes from, we often have to go back, a long way back, sometimes to childhood, a home where love was tied to performance, where rising brought pressure, where a child learned that success could be dangerous. Psychologists also call this learned helplessness. When people are repeatedly exposed to situations they cannot control, they eventually stop trying, even when escape becomes possible. Self sabotage is often learned helplessness with an extra step, close enough to feel like trying, far enough to avoid real risk. Another useful idea is the upper limit problem. Every person has an unconscious ceiling for how much success, love, and happiness they believe they deserve. When life rises above that level, the brain becomes uncomfortable, and it does something to bring things back down. It starts a fight. It misses the deadline. It says the wrong thing, not because it wants to fail, because it does not believe it should be that high. Self sabotage can look like procrastination, relationship sabotage, rejecting opportunity, or perfectionism. But underneath all of it is the same pattern. The brain is trying to protect you. What changes it is not insight alone, it is experience. A success that is survived, a relationship that stays warm, a project that gets finished and does not destroy you. Each one rewrites the old belief a little. Three things help most: notice the pattern without judgment, make the next step smaller, and get support from someone who understands this deeply. Everything was going perfectly, and something inside refused to let it happen. That something is not a flaw. It is a belief formed before you had words for it, that you were not allowed to go that high. But that belief is not the truth. It is a lesson from a world that no longer exists. You are allowed to succeed. You are allowed to keep what you build. And the first crack is always the same: knowing it is there,